When Nicole Scherzinger first walked onto the stage, people noticed. Not just because of her beauty or her voice, but because she had a presence, something magnetic, mysterious, and hard to define. Long before she became the face of the Pussycat Dolls or a judge on talent shows, Nicole was a girl from Honolulu with a dream, a suitcase full of ambition, and a secret past she rarely spoke about. Nicole was born in Hawaii, but her life quickly shifted when her mother moved to Louisville, Kentucky. It wasn't paradise. Her family struggled. Nicole's mother worked hard, often holding multiple jobs, while Nicole, still a child, learned the meaning of sacrifice. She didn't wear fancy clothes, and some days she brought leftovers to school while others had fast food. But there was one thing she had that no one could take: her voice. She sang in church, at school, anywhere she was allowed. Her stepfather gave her a tape recorder, and she'd spend hours recording herself, trying to imitate Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey. The tape would rewind again and again until it broke. She didn't have a vocal coach, just passion and endless determination. At 14, she entered a local talent competition and shocked the audience. She was just a shy teenager, but when she started to sing, everyone fell silent. The judges gave her a standing ovation. That night, she knew. The stage was where she belonged. Nicole didn't follow the easy path. She studied theater and voice at Wright State University and even joined a rock band, Days of the New, before auditioning for a reality TV show called Pop Stars. She won. It was the beginning of something big, or so she thought. Her first girl group, Eden's Crush, had one hit and then collapsed. Nicole was devastated but not broken. She moved to Los Angeles, took dance lessons, auditioned for commercials, and said yes to almost anything. Then came a call that changed her life. The Pussycat Dolls were forming a music group. Originally a burlesque act, the Dolls were turning into a pop sensation. Nicole joined, not knowing what to expect. Very soon, she became the lead singer, the face, the brand. Don't Cha exploded worldwide. Suddenly, Nicole wasn't just part of the group, she was the group. Fans screamed her name. Magazines chased her for interviews. But behind the scenes, things were complicated. Other members whispered that Nicole got all the solos, all the attention. There were arguments, jealousy, and long rehearsals that left her in tears. Nicole tried to hold the group together, but it became clear the Dolls were falling apart. She went solo, expecting the same success. It didn't come easily. Her debut album was delayed, record labels hesitated, radio stations didn't play her songs. Behind her smile, Nicole was fighting personal battles. She struggled with self-esteem and body image. In interviews, she admitted later that she had suffered from bulimia for years during her rise to fame. On stage, she was powerful. Off stage, she often felt lost. But Nicole didn't give up. She reinvented herself. Television came calling. She became a judge on The X Factor and quickly gained a reputation for honesty, warmth, and incredible fashion. Her chemistry with Simon Cowell made her a fan favorite. She mentored young singers and gave emotional speeches that made people cry and made contestants believe in themselves. Still, her private life remained in the headlines. Her long relationship with Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton was a constant topic in tabloids. They broke up and reunited more than once. Paparazzi followed them everywhere. People thought they knew Nicole, but the real Nicole was far more complex than the media ever showed. She returned to the Pussycat Dolls years later for a reunion that sent fans into a frenzy. But even then, there were rumors of disagreements behind closed doors. Nicole kept smiling for the cameras, hitting every note perfectly, but those close to her said she was always chasing something deeper, something more meaningful than fame. She tried acting. She performed in Cats on the West End in London and shocked critics with her performance. She also voiced characters in animated films and continued releasing music in Europe and Asia, where her solo work was more appreciated. Few people knew how much she was involved in the creative side. Nicole co-wrote many of her songs, helped design stage sets, even controlled her styling. She wasn't just a singer, she was a full creative force. But in Hollywood, women like her often don't get credit. She had to fight for every inch. Behind the glamour was a woman who meditated, who journaled every morning, who still remembered what it felt like to carry food stamps in her wallet as a teenager. She worked out religiously, not just to stay fit, but to stay sane. Fans saw her dance and smile, but they didn't see the late-night phone calls to her family or the moments backstage where she'd close her eyes and breathe just to calm the anxiety. She had everything, and yet still carried invisible weight. Nicole Scherzinger's story isn't just about pop hits or TV fame. It's about a girl who came from almost nothing and refused to stop. She climbed every hill, and when she reached the top, she found there were still more mountains waiting.